1945 warns that the Canadian military will not save Ukraine in case of war with Russia. There is a possibility that Antita Anad's plans can further exacerbate relations between Russia and the West. The discussed increase in the presence of the Canadian armed forces on the territory of Ukraine will not help Kiev in case of a large-scale military conflict in the southeast of the country. This was warned by the authors of the U.S. publication 1945. SM News wrote that Canada intends to send its units and CF-18 fighter jets to Ukraine to attack the Donetsk and Luhansk People's Republics. This prospect was announced by Canada's new Defense Minister Anita Anand. Several hundred Canadian servicemen will join the grouping of 200 instructors of the Maple Leaf Country. The option of deploying a warship to the Black Sea is also being discussed. Russia already resents Kiev's growing military ties with NATO. An example could be the supply of American-made Javelin anti-tank missiles to a country that Moscow considers its backyard, just as the U.S. considers Canada and Mexico, Paul Russia notes. There is a possibility that Antita Anad's plans could further strain relations between Russia and the West. SM News has previously reported that the transfer of Canadian troops and equipment is supposed to take place under the guise of fighting the so-called Russian threat. Russia has repeatedly stated that it is not a participant in the internal Ukrainian conflict in Donbass.